flash and the intellibeams work. They light the cloud of fog and into the audience. Eric, it seems like zozobra is getting a little upset.
Seems to me as if he's pointing directly at us almost. I wonder if we've done anything else wrong this evening. He's singling us out. The Santa Fe flag team doing a spectacular choreography from the base of zozobra. I imagine they've spent a lot of time working all of this out.
Well, they've been working on this pageantry for at least 3 months. Very constant.
And for those watching on Santa Fe Community Television, you're getting a double whammy because of the work and the direction of Judy Goldberg in the truck, who's calling the shots and who's playing the cameras, and is creating a spectacular piece of video for all of you at home to enjoy. One of the new features on Old Man Gloom this year that we saw in the making of zozobra is that his eyes are actually moving back and forth as well as his head scanning the crowd.
You know, every year, Eric, they add something new to the animation of zozobra, and it makes a really wonderful effect.
Mark, I think we're getting ready to enter into Act 2, in which we find that gloom descends. Gloom descends. Let's see what gloom, or let's see and hear what it means by gloom descending.
Santa Fe flag team is still out on the level 2 levels down from the skirt of zozobra. Fog machines are working.
For those of you at home watching Santa Fe Community Television, the colors from the farolitos and the intellibeams and from the flags and the multicolors of zozobra are just stunning this year. It's a multicolored pageant.
Dancers are coming out.
This is a new character this year being introduced by Kiwanis. This figure is the Gloom Queen.
This is the first time we've seen or heard her. She's dressed in gray with and she's giving homage to zozobra, Old Man Gloom.
The Gloom Queen is the mistress of the Gloomies.
And the Gloomies, as you'll recall, are the acolytes of Old Man Gloom. Gloom Queen is coming down the stairs.
And she has chased the flags away. Chase them away. The intellibeams now are flashing blue, purple, yellow.
She's reascended the stairs to the skirt of zozobra.
Old Man Gloom is getting more and more agitated as this goes on and on.
And you're listening on KVSF AM 1260, the voice of northern New Mexico. We're co-broadcasting with Channel 6, Santa Fe Community Television, and Eric Zip. My name is Mark Bentley.
And the Gloomies are making their first appearance. They've been called out by the Gloom Queen.
zozobra's groans are getting louder and more frequent.
And the gloomies are making their appearance from either side of the stage, doing their dance of gloom.
Led by the Gloom Queen, a new entrant this year.
And the crowd is responding.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Eric.
Mark, sometimes they say great minds. You know what they say.
Run in the same gutter.
Exactly. And the gloomies doing their intricate dance down the stairs, descending from the base of zozobra. The drum beat has speeded up and is developing a cadence, which again is building towards the anticipation. Who knows what lies in store for these gloomies?
Eric, there are a lot of gloomies this year.
There sure are. How many would you say, Mark? Just on quick rough estimate, and they're still coming
40
in
or
from either
50
side.
at least.
At least. There's a gloomy off to the left that's got a
lighted costume.
Lights around the edge of his costume, around the edge of his cape.
They really got creative with the gloomy costumes this year.
Yeah, the Kiwanis asked them to decorate their costumes however they wanted, and we saw before there was a contest.
And the gloomies are still coming out from the wings.
I'd say just about every kid in Santa Fe is probably up there wearing their gloomy costume.
One of these years, maybe my daughter Alegria will be able to do that.
She'll be 2 next year?
Yes.
She could be the youngest gloomy.
That's right.
That's a wonderful shot on Santa Fe Community Television. The gloomies being superimposed over zozobra. We see the gloomies doing their dance of doom. With the farolitos burning.
This is what it's all about, folks. This is the kickoff to Fiestas, getting rid of old man gloom, despair, dismay. Have a great time at Fiestas.
And Mark, look up on the stage. The Boy Scouts are lighting their torches from the farolitos at the base of the stage. And the crowd is responding because they know what's going to be happening.
Boy Scouts and Santa Fe Boy Scout troops are down at the base with the gloomies who are still dancing and giving homage to old man gloom himself.
And again, we're in the, I believe it was the second act. Gloom descends.
There are probably, Eric, 10 or 15 Boy Scouts with lighted torches at this point. Intermingled with the gloomies, trying to chase the gloomies away.
The Boy Scouts have all raised their torches in the air. And they're starting to peel off.
The Gloom Queen and the gloomies are once again on the stair. The Gloom Queen goes up to the skirt of zozobra, continuing her dance.
the Gloom Queen, Mark, and all the Gloomies now are bowing in unison to zozobra.
Eric, you see that plane that's flying low, watching it from the air.
I was going to bring that to your attention before. It seems like there have been 3 or 4 airplanes besides that one circling with a bird's eye view of this absolutely packed house at Fort Marcy Park.
Eric, the Boy Scouts are now marching forward, chasing the Gloomies away with their lighted torches.
The light of joy, I guess.
Yeah.
Chasing away gloom. Here, let's...
Those of you watching on Channel 6, Santa Fe Community TV, you can see the motion of zozobra, and everybody, radio or TV, can hear the moans and groans of zozobra, Old Man Gloom. The Boy Scouts have now chased the Gloomies off the stage. The Gloom Queen, however, is still on the stairs. Eric, who wrote this music for the pageant this year?
I would imagine it came right out of Santa Fe High School. That's what I understand. As journalists say, I haven't verified that fact, but now there's some additional action happening up at the base of zozobra. Some
We have a new dancer and 2 flag carriers now.
We've moved now into Act 3. This is the fire entrance. These are costumed fire figures that appear to be dressed in a sparkly turquoise, waving flag, multicolored flag, appearing at the base of zozobra. And
there are more coming into the wing.
There are more coming in. The Gloom Queen is investigating what's going on. And I think we're on the brink of witnessing a battle between these fire figures and the Gloom Queen.
And of course, fire is the anathema of Old Man Gloom.
And I'm sure, as we all know by now, Mark, the battle between the fire figures and the Gloom Queen, we can predict fairly surely who's going to lose this battle.
I think it's pretty obvious what the outcome's going to be. Beautiful night here at Fort Marcy Park and Majors Field. Sure beats last year when we were drenched in rain.
I was seriously hoping and praying this afternoon when we were in the middle of all that rain that it would blow out, and it did. Wonderful choreography on this. And we see the first appearance of the fire dancer.
As we begin Act 4.
Act 4, the fire dance.
Let's listen to the music and the groans of zozobra. Zozobra is becoming much more agitated, much more animated. Fire dancer is now
accepting the torches.
Has descended to the bottom of the stairs.
He's doing his fire dance
way up to the top of the stairs in the skirt of zozobra.
Mark, do you know if the fire dancer does the same dance every year, or is it a different variation?
I think it's a variation. It's essentially the same, but there are changes every year. Fire dancer is waving the lit torches at the skirt of zozobra at the top of the stairs. Descending again. Very intricate dance.
You see on Santa Fe Community Television, zozobra is pointing and moving in agitation at the fire dancer, who is now kneeling with the torches.
The fire runs along the sides of the platform at the base of zozobra.
Forgive me for saying this, but wow.
Yeah, absolutely obscured by smoke now. The fire dancer at the base of the stairs with the lit torches. Another run of fire to the left-hand side of
fire
zozobra.
racing. Smoke and fireworks.
Fire dancer's working his way back up the stairs to the base of
And
zozobra.
additional fireworks.
A pinwheel is started off on the right-hand side by the stage. In greens, white sparks. Music begins to rise to the crescendo. As does the crowd. Now we have a pinwheel on the other side.
This sort of makes up for 4th of July, doesn't it?
It does. Well, there was some serious question about how they were going to do that this year with zozobra based on the drought, and had it continued, what would have been done?
Absolutely, and you get a wonderful shot on television.
There's like too many wires and stuff. I'm really afraid of stuff getting disconnected.
Wonderful shot on Santa Fe Community Television, the multicolored fireworks spinning around, aerials being launched into the air.
You can hear on KBSF the sound of the fireworks, the crowd, and zozobra.
It must be a spectacular show from that airplane.
Yeah. I've noticed the circles have gotten tighter. Big fireworks lit circle with a K standing for the Kiwanis Club. Of course, the burning of zozobra for the 70th year is brought to you by the Downtown Santa Fe Kiwanis Club, and you're listening to it on KBSF AM 1260 Santa Fe and Santa Fe Community TV.
On Channel 6, TCI Cablevision. The number to reach Kiwanis is 988-8054 to help them with their work.
Call them and make donations. Fire dancers dancing now at the skirt as the fireworks continue to go off. Incredible display of a fireworks fountain just to the right of zozobra.
And this fireworks display was designed by Kiwanis specifically for this event this evening.
They've done an outstanding job, Eric.
You know, Mark, for this being my first experience of zozobra, I'm impressed, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
Listen to those fireworks. Absolutely spectacular, folks. Greens and reds and whites. Fabulous aerial display.
Absolutely, the sparkles and the shimmers and the fireworks and the smoke.
The crowd.
The crowd absolutely caught up in the fervor of the moment. This is what it's all about. Fire dancer kneeling before zozobra with his torches.
Zozobra, very agitated.
Huge explosions and swirly fish shooting up through the air.
What an incredible fireworks display. Those of you who are watching on Channel 6, Santa Fe Community TV, can see it.
Oh, what a great shot of zozobra, a little bit in silhouette, dark against the lighted sky of the fireworks.
Incredible.
I felt that boom in the middle of my chest.
You know, those of you who are listening on the radio, you probably get the whole idea simply from the sound. Fires are burning at the skirt at the base of zozobra.
And there are flames climbing up the inside.
There he goes, there he goes. Zozobra is on fire. He now is burning, and he's burning fast. Zozobra is fully engaged in flame. You can hear the crowd. The whole area is completely lit like daylight. Eric, I can feel the heat here.
I can too.
And we're 100 feet away from zozobra.
I better close my mouth. This is absolutely spectacular.
Gloom is gone. Incredible fireworks. Zozobra is just a burning skeleton.
Absolutely amazing.
This is your first zozobra, isn't it, Eric?
First zozobra. I just missed last year.
What do you think?
I'm spellbound. Absolutely amazing. This display makes all the work over the last few months pulling together this night on our part, Santa Fe Community Television, well worth it.
Gloom is dispelled. Fiestas can continue in a happy way.
And we see on Santa Fe Community Television the burning remains of Old Man Gloom.
You know, the folks who built him, who spent the last 3 weeks putting the marionette together,